you can breed the children and then...
So it's like printing money like that lah.
Yeah, in some sense.
Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of the Chain Debrief podcast. Today, we have a very special episode because we have a special guest joining us today. She previously appeared on the Chain Debrief community after hours. She quit her full-time job and is currently focusing on Axie Infinity full-time. We had to bring her back to share her story. Please welcome Satellizar.
Hi, excited to be here.
Okay, so before we begin proper, maybe you want to introduce your background first?
I actually discovered Axie Infinity about 6 months ago in July.
Yeah.
So before that, I was actually in advertising.
Okay,
yeah,
advertising industry lah.
Yeah, so after I did Axie for about 2 to 3 months, I thought that, perhaps, it might be a good opportunity to pursue that as a full-time gig.
Okay, so 6 months ago, Axie was still, what was the price then? Do you still remember?
I think it was quite expensive. I mean, that was the peak of Axie.
The peak of Axie
craze itself, right? So I think one Axie at that time was about $500 to $600.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you get started on it though? Like you just came across, was there anyone that introduced you to Axie and you can actually, you should look at this?
Yeah, I actually was playing another game called Rise of Kingdoms. Okay, it's nothing to do with NFTs.
ROK.
Yeah.
ROK is the mobile game.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a guildmate in there lah. He just told me, he's a whale by the way, not me, but
shout outs to the whale. Okay.
Yeah, he just told me one day that he's quitting the game, and then I just asked him why. So he told me, hey, I actually found out this game called Axie Infinity. I've been playing it every single day and I earn about like $50 a day.
Okay.
Just by playing it like for half an hour a day. Then I was like curious, right? Like, what's this game? And then I didn't really do much research. I just Google, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But then a few days later, he told me that he was going to put in 8 ETH into this game.
Ooh, okay. 8 ETH is like what?
It's quite a lot.
$30,000?
Yeah.
Thereabout?
Last time it was cheaper.
Okay.
I think it was about 20-something.
20-something thousand.
Yeah, but he was from the Philippines, right? So
okay, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so this sum is quite a huge amount for someone who is living in the Philippines. So it was like, wow, like what gave you such conviction to put in your freaking entire life savings in there? I think that's my life savings too. Yeah. So I decided to do more research about it. So me and my boyfriend, we sat down, we watched videos to kind of understand the game, and then that's when we decided, what, let's just start playing.
So what's the first step that you need to do to join Axie Infinity?
So to actually play the game itself, you need to have 3 Axies. So you have to go to the marketplace and you have to buy 3 Axies. And then you log into the game and you can use the 3 Axies to battle and earn SLP, which is the in-game currency that you use to trade for fiat or real currency.
Yeah. And the entry for an Axie at that point of time was how much was it?
$500 to $600.
Okay, what's the price right now?
Now, quite cheap. I think the floor is 0.018 ETH.
Okay, that's not so bad, right?
Yeah, that's the floor lah, but
that's the lousy one lah.
That's a lousy Axie.
Okay.
But last time the floor was like 0.8. Sorry. Last time the floor was about 0.1 something, 0.15. Yeah, so the floor was comparably very high.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you first started, right, was it confusing for you to learn about MetaMask lah? How do you on-ramp? How do you transfer money over? All this kind of funny stuff.
Yeah, I got so pissed off because I did the wrong thing. I transferred everything from my MetaMask into the Ronin wallet.
Okay.
And then I didn't have enough ETH on the MetaMask to withdraw.
Oh shit, because you have 0 left, is it?
Yeah.
You have no more gas fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no more to pay gas. Then I had to use my credit card to buy like $300 worth of ETH so that I could transfer stuff out.
Okay, so again, to get started, I need to have a MetaMask account. And then I need to... Don't. Now no more already.
So you just need a Ronin wallet.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can transfer from... Okay, so there are a few ways. One is you can just buy ETH directly, or SLP or whatever currency you want directly from the Ronin website.
Marketplace.
Yeah, from the website itself. Last time you had to go through MetaMask.
Yeah.
Or you can actually go through Binance also. Yeah. Then you have to bridge it over.
Right.
Yeah. So like even for us breeders, right, when we want to buy SLP and buy AXS, right?
Yeah.
We have to bridge our ETH out into MetaMask and then swap it and then bridge it back in
to Ronin.
Yeah, so there's actually quite a lot of
fees.
Gas fees to pay.
Okay, but now it's easier already lah, because you can go directly from the Binance exchange over to Ronin direct.
Yeah, but now we just use Katana because Katana exchange is is on the Ronin network itself.
Right.
So it's
okay.
No.
So how do you scale up your time? So I heard you can manage multiple scholars. You know, what's that whole thing about?
So for scholarship, right? How it works is you buy 3 Axies and you loan this account out to someone who doesn't wish to invest any money into the game, but they still wish to earn money from there. Yeah. Right. So then you kind of decide on an agreement, which is a cut, between you and the scholar. How much of that percentage are you gonna get, and how much is he gonna get?
Yeah. And this is all automated on.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you to decide.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like a verbal agreement. To be honest.
Okay. Yeah. But how do you find all these people though?
So you can find them on Twitter, you can find them on Discord. A lot of them are, actively looking out using hashtags, for example.
Right.
Like hashtag Axie Infinity Scholarship. So that's something you would use if you want to find a scholar. Or within Axie Discord itself, there's a channel.
Chat room, right.
Yeah, there's a channel for aspiring scholars.
Yeah.
And then there are also some guilds who
like
YGG. Like YGG, who have scholars hanging out in there. Yeah. Where you can also scout for scholars.
Okay. So when you identify a scholar already, you reach out to the person and say, hey, I have some Axie Infinity, would you want to be my scholar or not? And then after that, you will just transfer the account? Or
no, you just...
Sorry, very noob.
It's okay. So with Axie, right, they give you like limited access.
Okay.
So you have limited access on the account. So you have the Ronin wallet. So when you log in with the Ronin wallet, you can buy, you can sell Axies. Yeah. But you also have a login by password. So when you log in by password, you can't really do anything lah. You can only play the Axies. You can get a QR code. So the QR code, you can log in by the QR code to the Axie account to start playing. Yeah.
Right.
So that's the only thing you can do. Yeah. You can't transfer any money. You can't buy or sell any Axies. Yeah. So I would give them the username and password so they can access the account and play the game.
Right. And it's entirely up to you to manage their productivity and check their progress and all those lah. Right.
So it's like any manager at work, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the typical cut like?
In general, we advise like 50%
50-50, yeah?
Yeah, 50% or more for the scholars. But I know there are some that are offering less lah. For me personally, I'm offering 40%. Yeah. Because I'm giving out 60 energy scholarships. Okay. Yeah. So a normal scholarship is 20 energy. Yeah, okay. But mine is 60. So you'll be able to, I guess, play 3 times more. And hopefully earn 3 times more. Yeah. And so mine is based on, actually mine is not really 40 straight lah. Mine is more of, it's a tiered percentage based on your performance. Yeah. So the more you earn, the more your percentage will be as well. Okay. Yeah, up to 50%.
Okay. So you're actively doing this full time right now. Which means that whatever that you make from managing all your scholars is enough to sustain your day-to-day lah.
Honestly, scholarship is more like a side hustle for us. Yeah, we are mostly breeders. Okay.
Walk me through that. What does it mean?
So to breed, you buy 2 Axies from the marketplace.
On top of the 3 that you have? Because to start you need 3, right?
It can be 2 of the ones you have. Okay. Yeah. So you need 2 Axies and then you need SLP and then you need AXS. Yeah. Yeah, the breeding cost, it differs depending on the breed count of the Axie, whether it's been breeded before. And then you just breed them together to form
a new Axie.
Yeah. to get an egg. And the egg hatches in 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So 5 days later, you will know whether it's a good or a bad Axie.
Or shit Axie.
Yeah, that you get from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then every Axie, what do you do with it once you breed it? You sell it lah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would sell it, and then I would also sell the parents away.
Oh.
Yeah. So they will have.
So it's like flipping Axie like that lah. Okay. So wait. So every Axie, there's a limit to how many you can breed, right? Like
7 times.
7 times.
But you usually wouldn't breed 7 times. You'll breed it like 3 times.
And then you sell it away.
And you sell it away. Then you hatch the eggs, right? They'll be unbreeded, so you can breed the eggs.
Right.
Yeah. You can breed the children, and then.
So it's like printing money like that lah.
Yeah, in some sense. Yes, in some sense.
Oh, okay.
But you have to know what to breed now, because
I mean, obviously everyone will figure out the tips and tricks already, right?
Yeah, because now the game is moving towards the meta. So
okay.
You really have to know, like, what players are using in a game,
right?
And what kind of Axies are at the top meta that will fetch a higher price.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because if you just breed some random nonsense, right, it's just gonna be
no one is buying it lah.
Yeah, it's just gonna be
floor price
floor
lah.
price, yeah.
Right. So maybe let's zoom out a little bit, right? So since you're doing this full time, do you think that play to earn is sustainable or not?
That's actually a good question.
No, because you make a very big decision to quit your full-time job, ma.
Yeah.
Right.
I think for me, actually, it wasn't that big a decision, because first of all, I'm young. I can sustain on a very small amount of money, but I don't think that's the same for everyone, because I mean, especially if you're married, if you have a house, if you have a kid, then it would be way, way harder to make such a decision. Yeah. And at that point, my thought was, I've been working for a really long time. So, even if I quit for a few months, if it doesn't work out, I can just go back to work, right?
Yeah. Does it look like you're going back to work anytime soon? Not really.
Hopefully not.
Okay. So you think the whole play to earn thing is sustainable, the economics behind it? Because, we're just printing money right now, right? And if players are moving away to new play to earn games, for example, then the demand or usage of, real users will sort of cannot sustain the price already. Then the whole economics collapse already, right? Are you worried about this kind of stuff?
Definitely, I would say that. I mean, it would be a lie to say that I'm not worried, of course. That's why I think the risk for breeders is actually a lot less than managers.
Managers, yeah.
Yeah, because managers, they buy Axies, they have Axies on hand, and they have scholars as well. So it might be hard for them to, just stop their scholarships and sell off their assets. Whereas for us, we are constantly selling, breeding and selling, right? So the only difference is if the market's not doing so well, we would choose to hold more of our assets in ETH rather than perhaps in AXS or SLP.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess, whether play to earn is sustainable, we don't know, but I feel that there will always be, more games coming out. Yeah. So even if, Axie dies, there will be another Axie that takes over the space. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny that you bring that up. There's a few play to earn game that's going to be launched next year. Which one is in your radar right now? And you're like, okay, when you launch, I'm going to jump on it. Which is the next Axie for you?
I haven't seen any so far. Okay, I feel that in order for a game to become
mainstream,
a successful full-time career, it needs to have a certain degree of scalability, right? If I just play Axie by myself, I can perhaps earn like 500 a month. Okay, that might be good for someone in the Philippines, but it's not good for someone in Singapore, for example, right? Yeah. So the reason why Axie is so attractive for people in Singapore is because you can give out like 20 scholarships, right? Then suddenly you're earning times 20. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, that makes Axie, a viable career option for people. But I feel that if games don't come up with such a mechanic, I think it'll be very hard to play it full time as a living.
Okay, so there are no games that caught your attention for next year?
Right now, I'm looking at Titan Arena. I haven't really seen
Is the format the same? I never heard of the game before. Roughly, is it like the same format?
No. Have you played Brawl Stars?
No, so sorry.
Okay, so you have a hero, and then you have like 2 skills.
Yeah.
There's a map, and then you just go around killing people.
And you earn crypto.
Yeah.
Okay, this sounds like a horrible game.
No, but there's some rules lah. Like the map gets smaller and smaller every few seconds. So how it works right now is you have to buy a hero to start playing.
Yeah.
And then you play games.
Yeah.
And then you can earn coins if you win.
Yeah.
Or depends on your rank lah. You get points depending on your ranking, and then you can use it to trade for fiat. But this hero, you can only use it for a max number of times before it runs out of life. Yeah, then you can't use it anymore.
So you have to buy a new hero.
Then you have to buy a new hero, or you have to. I think you can pay a bit of coin to revive it.
Right.
Yeah. So in that sense, I feel that it is more sustainable because first, I think the good thing is that the game is fun. I can see that people are enjoying the game.
Yeah.
Second is I see that first there are a lot of losers in this game. Okay, for any game there needs to be a winner and a loser, right? If you're just bad at this game, you actually lose money because your hero, you will just keep using up the life, and then you don't earn coins because you don't win in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the fun part is that you can get your friends to play together.
Right.
And then it's fun because the game itself is fun lah. It's like Brawl Stars. So
let's zoom out a bit. So for Axie Infinity, right? How often do you like off RAM and like cash out?
We do it once a month.
Okay.
It's like having a salary, I guess.
Right.
So we just see like, when's a good time? If it's a good price now, then let's just cash out a little bit.
Okay. So like a day to day, what does a day to day look like for you?
A day to day, we wake up, and then in the morning we actually will do a bit of relisting about Axie. So stuff that we've listed on the marketplace but hasn't sold yet, we will release at a slightly lower price so that it sells off faster. And then after that, we will start hatching all our current accounts, and then we will do a few sets of breeding, go for lunch, breed again, then dinner time, and then that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's quite flexible lah, depending on how many eggs we have hatching each day. Yeah.
So what's the most exciting part?
The most exciting part?
Hatching the egg, and hopefully it's rare.
No.
Huh? No? Okay.
Selling the Axie. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they give you notifications, right? Every time your Axie sells.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I direct all of them to my Gmail.
Yeah.
So every time the Axie sells, I will get a ding.
Okay. Okay.
And then you'll see like, is it a good one? Is it a good one?
How often do you get like a good or like a rare Axie to sell? Let's say out of 10 breeds do you have? 3?
It's very hard to answer because there's no rare Axie.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rare one meaning like you can sell for like, a decent price, that is a decent price one.
I mean, all of them have to sell for a decent price. I wouldn't breed them in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, most of them should be at a decent price.
Okay. Decent price meaning roughly how much? Because the floor is 0. 0 point something.
Yeah, right? Around 0.05 to 0.06.
Okay, that's the floor price, right?
For like a decent price.
Decent price on 0.05, 0.06. Okay.
And then the good ones would be 0.1.
Okay. Got like one ETH one or not?
Last time lah.
Now don't have
really. Yeah.
Okay.
Last time when I first started the game, right? Actually, we didn't know so much about breeding. We just bought 2 Axies, then we just like try to breed them together.
Yeah. And
then we managed to sell it for like 0.8 ETH.
Okay.
Yeah, like just some random Axie that isn't very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 0.8 ETH.
Okay, now don't have already lah.
Don't have lah. Now it's
okay. So it's getting harder to take part in Axie Infinity already. Would you think?
Depends on what you mean by taking part lah.
So like for example, let's say if I want to join and then I want to make decent money out of it, or like make passive income out of it.
I would say, you still make passive income. It's just how much But I think everything is relative, right? So like now Axie prices are also cheap. Yeah, so maybe if you invest the same amount, maybe the amount of passive income is still the same.
So do you think we've reached the pinnacle of Axie Infinity already? What's next to look forward to?
Actually, there are a few developments that, the team has already started hinting about. One of it would be LAN gameplay. So, in Axie, there are LANs, but right now they have no function. So now the price is really based off speculation. Yeah. So LAN gameplay is expected to come early 2022.
Next few months lah.
Yeah. And then the second one would be they call it Axie Origin. So it's actually a V2 of their battles,
right?
The current Axie battle system. So they will be revamping the cards, so that the game is more balanced. They are redrawing the artwork so it looks nicer. And there will be a free-to-play version of the game.
Right.
Yeah, so you can actually test out the game before you decide whether you want to spend money to buy the NFTs to play and earn real money with it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you agree that Axie is a very boring game?
Actually, for me, okay, I think whether you think it's boring or not depends on what kind of games you like to play. I think the boring part is in the grind, actually.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah, but in terms of the gameplay, actually it is quite complex. Yeah. So, and the good thing about Axie is that actually they balance all the cards very well, right? So it's a bit like Pokemon, like, each skill counters a certain skill, there are weaknesses. So there's no like perfect Axie in the world. So everyone is always constantly looking for this new meta out there. But as to whether the game is boring or not, okay, like for example, my friend plays Hearthstone, right? They actually love the game because they think it's very, very similar to Hearthstone.
Right.
Because it's, it's the same flow. It's a card deck game.
Yeah.
You have to count energy. You have to, you have to predict what you think the opponent's going to play. Everything is always played in order, for example. Yeah. So it depends. But if you don't like Hearthstone, if you play Dota, then I don't think this is your kind of game. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any advices for anyone who wants to, get started on Axie Infinity? Is it a good time right now? Is it, what should he know? What should she know?
I think actually the market is, it's not doing so well recently because of the SLP price. So SLP, I think right now is about 3 cents. Yeah, so there's some like FUD around this lah. So I would say do your own research, of course, before you start buying anything. Yeah, you just make sure that you're super convicted. Don't let anyone sway your decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your conviction right now?
For me,
Yeah, for Axie Infinity.
I'm bullish on Ron.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Tell me more about that.
So Ron is actually a token that is not released yet. Yeah. But you can get it by farming, by staking SLP ETH or AXS ETH. Yeah. Putting in the liquidity pool. Yeah. So it will be used to actually power the entire Ronin ecosystem in the future. A bit like Ethereum lah, it will be gas for the Ronin ecosystem. So everything right now in Ronin is free transactions, but I think next time you can pay to increase your number of transactions. Yeah. And I think next time when they have more games, so the plan is to actually release more games under the Ronin platform. So then those games will also be using the Ronin token. Right. Yeah. So I guess this goes beyond Axie Infinity itself. Yeah.
The only way you can get Ron token right now is by staking it. The token is locked or unlocked right now?
It's locked. Yeah. So you can only unlock after 90 days, I believe.
Okay. Thoughts about Cypher?
I actually have Cypher.
Hey.
I was in the Discord before the launch, right? But I didn't manage to buy it because of the gas war. But I bought on OpenSea. Actually for quite X, I bought for 0.6 ETH.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have waited.
Wait, but Cypher, Oh, now it's much lower already lah.
Yeah, now it's like 0.2.
Okay.
Yeah. So that time, immediately after the minting on OpenSea, it was 0.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I bought 2 lah. Heart pain. Yeah, but
you're quite bullish on it lah.
Yeah, I mean the team had been constantly updating the Discord every week without fail. Of like sneak peeks, updates to the game and all that. So I think I'm quite bullish on it. I think the team is quite. I think they know what they're doing. I've actually followed the founder of Cypher, and I actually did some like background research on him. Oh, Cypher was like one of the first NFTs I bought, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is before Axie.
No.
After Axie.
After Axie, I was like, maybe I want to go into NFTs.
Yeah.
And then I just found Cypher.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I did like that time I still like do research on like every single NFT I buy.
Yeah.
So I actually researched the founder of Cypher.
Yeah.
And he sounds like, a guy who knows what he's doing. He sounds like he's got a good team of people, a good team of artists and developers. So it sounds like, Cypher was going to be quite a investment lah. That's why I held on to my NFTs all the way.
Okay.
And then hopefully I'll get the Genesis airdrop.
You will, right?
Yeah.
You will.
But they haven't announced like how many tokens. Or
so if they launch the game next year, you will be jumping on it lah, since you're a holder already.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually have one of the second rarest gene, the Bionic.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that's rare.
Yeah.
So maybe more expensive in the future.
Nice. Okay. Hey guys, thank you all for watching today's episode of Chain Debrief Podcast. I'd like to thank Satellizer for joining us today as well. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please give us a like, comment below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.